Welcome to Monday Mornings with Mark Hayford. Boom, boom, boom! Wake up, baby. This is the greatest show on the internet for mindset and for getting you jacked up. This is season 4, coming at you like a bunch of loose cattle running over the mountaintop. I don't even know what I just said, but check this out. This entire season is to bring up the youth. I want to tap into rock stars, the young minds, our future. I want to get people on here that don't think the way everyone thinks and that achieves above and beyond. And ladies and gentlemen, today we go all the way to the great state of New Jersey, and I am talking to the new 8th grader. Put your hands together for Bailey Neal. Yeah. What's up, Bailey? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
So over the top. I'm yelling and sweating. Hey, I'm excited to have you on the show. I'm gonna tell everybody why Bailey's on the show. First of all, this show isn't about stats and about championships and all that. It's about mindset. It's about people that like really can talk themselves into being great and to have the discipline and train themselves into being great. And I feel so many young people don't do that. So many adults don't do that. And a lot of kids need to do it. Bailey definitely does this. She is a basketball star. I'm going to give you some of her stats. She's also a straight-A student, and she does some really cool things outside of that. So I want to blow her up and showcase her because, I mean, this is a special girl right here. Now, Bailey, let's talk some basketball. Like, you are straight-up athlete. Like, I've seen you a couple years ago, and I remember pulling your mom aside because I'm a football coach. And I've seen you chuck a football, and I was like, dude, and didn't you used to play football?
Yeah, when I was younger, it was fun. But when it came to tackle, we kind of quit that.
Yeah, what?
It was just a little too much.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you got to try. I always say to kids, right, life's like a smorgasbord. You don't know what you're going to like till you go try it. So you got to try different things, right? But then you found basketball. How many years have you been playing that?
Probably 7, maybe.
Okay. Well, you might want to help me get the story straight on this one. But from what I understand, let me see. And listen, there is a big leap here. I know there's a lot of kids watching the show. There's a big leap in athletics from 7th grade to 8th grade. Huge, right? There, you could tell who the 7th graders are, the 8th graders. And something interesting, you play on a couple teams, and you had a school rec team. On that team, you guys won, I think it was the league championship. And as a 7th grader, you wound up getting the most valuable player, the MVP award, during that championship run. Is that kind of accurate, or can you clean it up for me? What was that about? That's amazing.
2 different tournaments, the Northampton tournament and the championship one. So in the Northampton tournament, we had 3 games against teams from like even an hour away, and that was the one where it was a close game. We ended up getting MVP because I shot 5 3-pointers.
What? 5?
MVP, yeah. And the championship team, we had 4 games in that tournament, and the best thing about that was we're so close as a team. So the teamwork was basically how we won and how we get so far in the tournament. And yeah, that one we got far, and that was a good game too. We won.
Well, I think this is what's special about you too, because here I'm asking questions about you, and I'm bragging on you, and you were the MVP, and you go right back to the fact that it was all about your team. That's pretty awesome. We need more people like that. We got to stop the entitlement. We need more of that humility. That's awesome. What a great example. Let me ask you this one here. When you were doing that, I don't know if this was the same season or whatever, I heard there was a story that you kind of started a little revolution when there was like a snowstorm. Things were getting canceled and shut down, and you were reaching out to some of the teammates saying, yo, it doesn't matter. There could be a tsunami happening here, baby. We got a game coming up. Like, talk about that. What happened there?
So there was a snowstorm, and everybody told us we had to go home because it wasn't safe. And our coach obviously canceled practice like she probably should have.
Yeah.
With the championship game coming up, so we couldn't go home. So once the buses got all unloaded at our houses, I was like, guys, we have to go back. We have to have practice. We got a game coming up. So we called everybody. We're like, we got to get back to the school. We got to get better every day. And that's what we did. We all got together after school again, even through the snow, and we had to practice.
No way. That's intense. And did you guys wind up winning?
Yes, we did.
Hey, that's what it's about, right? Getting at the grind. going at it, working when they're gonna sleep, when they're drinking their hot chocolate. You guys are out doing the free throws or whatever you do, because I don't play basketball. That's intense. You said how many 3-pointers? You had 5 3-pointers for the MVP thing. That's ridiculous. Let me ask you something. How often do you practice basketball?
Oh, every day, especially in the summer. It's like 3 to 4 hours.
But that's wait. Hold on, 3-4 hours. That's not even basketball season. You're practicing every day, 3 to 4 hours.
Got to get better every day.
I love it. I love it. You do have to get. So you're telling me off season, you will spend 3 to 4 hours a day working on your craft.
Yes, we get better in the off season to win another championship. That's what we want.
I love this. This is unbelievable. You have grit. You got like that Eye of the Tiger thing going on. You probably don't even know that song because it was out like 40 years ago and you weren't born, but that's cool. Okay. Let me ask you this one here. I mean, as I see all this, you are a straight A student, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, what's your worst grade? Like a B?
An A-.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So inquiring minds want to know. There's so many kids that either have great grades, but because they're all grades and they're not focusing on anything else or sports. And then there's kids that are playing sports and their grades are like, wah, wah, wah. You know, how are you balancing this? Like, even when you're spending all this time at your sport, you guys go, listen, you go to school when it's dark, you're coming home when it's dark, you know, especially if you're playing a sport. How are you maintaining this straight A caliber? What's going on there?
Well, as important as basketball is to me, and as much as I want to practice, you still got to balance your grades and make them as good. Because if you don't get good grades, you can't play, and obviously that's not what I want.
Yeah, but you could skate by like a lot of kids and get a C-. What's the drive? What's the mindset? Why are you getting these straight A's?
Just like sports, I got to be the best in everything. I got to have good grades too.
I love it. Okay. So you're competing like with that person in the mirror. You're going for the best version of you.
Exactly.
I love it. Okay. Hey, so you got, what's your favorite class, by the way, since you're good in all of them?
Maybe math, I think.
Really? That's interesting because that one stays with you the rest of your life. You know, you got to kind of like pay bills and figure things out and add. So, okay. This one is really interesting to me. And I want to take it here because I don't hear this from kids. And I know there's a lot of adults that will do this, and there's people that will do this that are in certain when they're in a certain mindset and they're looking to achieve things. Something called a vision board. And I was told that you create vision boards every couple of months. You'll make your own. First of all, explain what is a vision board.
Well, vision board or dream board is just what you want in the future. And for me, it's what I'm going to have because what you think about, you bring about, my mom says. So we put pictures on it of everything that we want in life and that we're going to achieve. And in the future, you just hope to get it.
So like if I want pancakes, I'm going to put pancakes on the vision board.
Well, that's what your heart desires. But
yeah, my heart desires pancakes. Okay, so wait a minute, though. Hold on. So you create, what do you get, like a foam board or a cardboard
anything
board?
to fit all my dreams.
Okay, and then and then you wind up, what do you cut out from magazines or books?
I basically just print pictures, but you can do whatever.
Okay, and does your vision board change from time to time? Like, do you create new ones?
Always. It always changes. It's always different. Always
okay. So what does a middle school grade girl, what are you putting on your vision board? What are you focusing on?
Well, I don't think I'm like the rest of middle school girls because they're probably putting like makeup or something, but that's not me. I'm putting like cars, vacations, all things that I want in the future, but then I'm going to have. So
really? That is awesome.
Nothing typical. And
where do you keep a vision board? Like, so you make it, okay, great. Do you stuff it in your closet or where's it go?
Right in my room, in the center. I can look at it every night.
Every night. So you're constantly focusing on what you want. I love that. You know what's interesting? I do a lot of assemblies. I'll go into schools and I'll speak to big groups of kids, and a lot of the things that they have me talking about is like, you know, anti-bullying, bullying, and no drugs. And I feel like so many kids, the message they get, they're hearing bullying and drugs. Like, why are we talking about things that we don't want? Like, we should focus on what we do want. like kindness and lifting each other up, then you don't have to worry about that other stuff, or kind of filling yourself up, and getting the grades and going after sports. Like, that's important. So good for you at a young age of doing that. So listen, I'm going to start wrapping it up here because I like keeping these short, advice. There's other kids that are watching this. There's other girls that are checking this out. You're going to be like, a rock star after this. What can you say to some of these kids? I mean, here we got you put in the time, you put in the work. You're a top athlete. You have straight A's. You're doing all the stuff to get your mindset right, which is incredible. What can you give out to some of these kids that want to take some steps to better themselves?
Well, whether it's being sports, school, or anything else that you like to do, you always got to give your all and give 100%, 150% even. Always be better than you were yesterday and every other day. You always got to strive to be just as great as you can possibly be, and even further than that. That's basically everything you got to do. Just be great.
And what do you say to somebody that may not believe in themselves, or may think that they're not good enough or something like that?
You have to. You have just got to believe in yourself and believe that you can always be greater than you are now.
I love it. We keep going forward. Now listen, if people want to wind up connecting with you or reaching out to you, can we find you on Instagram or Snapchat or anything? Or
yeah, all of them.
So it's just Bailey Neal. They can just search for that.
Basically, Bailey _ Neal 11 for everything.
Okay, Bailey _ Neal 11. All right, awesome. Well, Bailey, listen, I want to thank you for coming out here and just sharing, because there's a lot of kids and young people and even adults that are watching this that need this, and I think you are such a fantastic representation of what we need more of out here. So thanks for coming on the show. For all the rest of you guys watching, tune in next Monday morning. We are going to have another Jedi Knight super rock star warrior that's coming out here that's going to help you kick your week off. Hey, don't take these life lessons just till lunchtime. Take them the rest of the week. Slay the day, and we will see you guys next week. Go get it. Peace!